Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real in Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretta, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
At Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, we're proud to be locally owned and operated because we're not just a bank, we're family. When you call, you'll be greeted by a friendly representative who's ready to discuss your banking needs, as well as offer our competitive rates on CDs and money market accounts. Our loan decisions are made in-house and never sold to a secondary market because our commitment is simple. You matter to us. At Lawrenceburg Federal, we offer all the conveniences of larger banks with a personal touch. Join us at Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, where community, trust, and service come together.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network. This is the X Sports Network.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
Working with Gina was great because she really knows this area. I gave her the specifications of what I was looking for, and she took me right to my forever home.
I met Gina when she sold my son's home within 5 days after it hit the market. With my home, from the day the sign hit the yard to the day we signed the papers, Gina was there every step of the way. Her involvement in the sale of my home was the best decision that I made.
We never felt like Gina was pushing us to make a deal with a buyer. She knew what we wanted, and she worked diligently to get us the best offer for our properties.
Working hard for my clients to make their dreams come true. Let me work for you.
Gifts and goodies galore await you at Miss Millie's in downtown Lawrenceburg. From brands you know and love, like E. Newton Jewelry and Tyler Diva Wash, to unique specialty gifts, you will find it all here. Whether you're looking for the perfect gift for someone you love or shopping for yourself, shopping local is the way to go. We have home goods, women's fashion and accessories, baby items, and lots of seasonal decorations. Our friendly staff will welcome you in, help you find what you need, and even package your gifts for you. Also, we can't forget to tell you about our popular bridal registry. Future brides can come and create their perfect registry with us. So stop by Miss Millie's today. We're located in the northeast corner of the square in downtown Lawrenceburg.
Mac Brown has been providing photographic services for 55 years. During that time, Mac Brown photographers have photographed children, seniors, weddings, schools, musicians, and commercial businesses. The studio takes great pride in producing quality photographs and services for its many clients. While the studio has adapted as times have changed, their goal of providing excellent photography has remained constant. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit their website at macbrownphoto.com or give them a call at 931-762-4263. Let the professionals at Mac Brown Photography turn your memories into treasures.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody. Taylor Plott here alongside Hayden Burks. More middle school volleyball action. We've got the E.O. Coffman Lady Panthers facing the Columbia Academy Lady Bulldogs in the varsity matchup here. Starting rotation for Coffman. First off, Josie Elledge. And we got Lorelei Smith, Emma Surratt. We got Maddie Bird, Callie Wu, and Isabella Mitchell. And for Columbia Academy, we've got Everly Owens, Bo Curtis, Cora Pulley, Shirley George, Meyer Shirley, and running out Nora Cohen. We got the head referee up on the stand, and it looks like we are ready to go, and Coffman will get the serve first. As will be Josie Elledge to start things off. Right at the net is Lorelei Smith, and into the net, Maddie Bird tried to get that one to go over, but unsuccessful, so 1-0 in favor of the Lady Bulldogs, and they will get the serve. And it will be Everly Owens to start things off. Is that one back to the back, handled by Wu, up towards the net. Coffman still got it. Mighty Bird sends it over. Up at the net is Columbia Central, and hitting it into the net is Bo Curtis. And Emma Jo Sims now in for Coffman. And another point for Coffman off of the ace by Lorelei Smith. Mighty Bird attempt there. Setting it for Bird again. Handled by Columbia Central well. That one sent over but out of bounds. It looked like that was Bo Curtis trying to handle that one for Columbia Central, or Columbia Academy, excuse me. That one looks like it was out. So 3-2 is your score now. As Curtis is now serving for the Lady Bulldogs. And just barely over the net, diving attempt there by Abby Holloway. Smith sends it over the net. And that one ends up falling for Columbia Academy. As that was Truly George with that point. 3-3 all tied up here in this first set. Surratt sends it over and just finds a soft spot for Coffman right in front of the net. And now she will serve for the Lady Panthers. That one diving attempt there by Sims. Ended up hitting right into the face of one of her teammates. Cora Pulley now serving it for the Lady Bulldogs, and that one, Holloway lets go out of bounds, 5-4. Your score now in favor of Coffman, as Vicaria Hayes will be checking in. And Maddie Bird serving for Coffman. She sends it over. Tip back. Tough handle, but handled well by Columbia Central. And set up at the net is Hayes. And that one found a soft spot for the Lady Bulldogs, and it ties us back up at 5 apiece. That one was let go by Coffman, but landed inbounds. So perfect ace. Good serve there by Truly George. And she sends that one. That one does go long. As Callie Wu will now be coming back in. Maddie Bird with the save on Coffman's side, sent back over by Holloway. That one ended up tipping up off the roof. Head up into the rafters up there and actually hit one of the cross beams. So Wu serving again. That one is going out of bounds towards the right. So back and forth we go here to start the game off. I don't think anybody's had more than a point lead so far. Maddie Bird sends it over for Coffman. And looked like double attempt there on the hit by Johnson and Curtis. That one hit right into the net on the miscommunication. As Abby Holloway now serving it for Coffman. And tipped off with the speaker up there. Good attempt by Cora Pulley, but just hit it up into the speaker. Looks like this is I think is the first 2-point lead for either team. 9-7 right now in favor of Coffman. And Abby sends that one right into the bottom of the net, 9-8. And I'll give the serve back to Columbia Academy. As Evelyn Johnson will now be serving. Smith setting it up, and that was in a good position for Surratt, but she ended up hitting it right into the net. And we're back up tied, 9-9. As that serve goes out of bounds, 10-9, now serve to Coffman. As Josie Elledge will now be coming in and serving. That one served up and let go out of bounds. Tied back up, 10-10. Wu sending it back over for Coffman. Columbia Central setting it up right at the net. Good tip by Lorelei Smith. That falls for a point. And Smith now serving it for Coffman. She sends it over, and that one's out of bounds. And back tied up 11-11. Nobody can really get much of a scoring streak going on. As Bo Curtis will now be serving it for Columbia Central again. She serves it right into the net. And that will switch the serve back to Coffman. And Isabella Mitchell coming back in. And Emma Surratt serving it for Coffman. And she gets an ace as it falls right in front of Bo Curtis. And tipped up and out of bounds. That was Cora Pulley on that attempt. 14-11, largest lead for Coffman, or any team that matter, as that one is sent out of bounds off the serve, 14-12. And we will have Evelyn Johnson coming back in for Columbia Central, and Cora Pulley now serving it for the Lady Bulldogs. And she sends it. That one goes right up to the net and hits off the side of it. And it's back to a three-point contest. And Maddie Bird now serving it for the Lady Panthers. She sends it long towards the back. As handled by Columbia Central, tipped up at the net. That was Isabella Mitchell. Lady Panthers need to get it over. Maddie Bird does. Tipped up, almost hit the speaker and the crossbeam again up there, and that was hit right into the net by Jovi Siegel. (16-12), 4-point lead for Coffman. Maddie Bird sends it, and that is going to be mishandled back there by Cora Pulley. So the Lady Panthers finally starting to pull away. 17-12 here in this first set. And diving attempt there by Truly George. And then sent back towards the basket. That did hit the basket, or the back of the basketball goal, I should say, on the backboard. So 17-13. And Truly George now serving it for Columbia Central. Hit up on the speaker again on the Coffman side, up at the net. Tipped attempt, finally gotten over, but looks like we'll end up having a point on a double hit. So that goes to Coffman, 18-13. Here's Lorelei Smith up at the net, sent over, tipped over, I should say, by Isabella Mitchell, handled by Columbia Central, and then sent into the net by Evelyn Johnson. Callie Wu serving it for Coffman. That one's tipped up. Almost hit the cross beam again. And Lorelei Smith just quickly tips it over, handled well by Columbia Central. Now setting it up for Makaira Hayes, I should say. Good save by Woosen, over by Holloway, and that's going to be a tip backwards on towards that back line. 20-13, another point for Coffman. And And that one just out of bounds on the serve by Wu. Didn't miss by much. Still a big lead here for Coffman, 20-14. Diving attempt by Holloway. She sends it over. Up at the net. And back on the Columbia Central side. Sent over as by Curtis. And then ends up falling for another point for Columbia Central. Ooh, somewhat of a miss hit there by Holloway, but it actually ends up working. Looked like she was kind of in between whether or not how she was going to try to tip it up. But it works out, 21-15. She will serve now, barely over the net. Handled by Columbia Central, but that ends up being tipped back towards the back wall, and that will end up falling for a point for Coffman, and we'll have a timeout now for Columbia Central. 22-15 is your score here in the first set. We'll be back with more action here on the X-Sports Network.
A moment in real estate with my dad, Jeff Hood.
You know, I get asked a lot about what the market's going to do. How's the real estate market? I've been selling real estate for a long time, and nobody has a crystal ball. And you know what? When it's your time to buy or your time to sell, it really doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's your time, and you have to do something maybe. What makes a difference is the agents and the experience that go to work for you. We're Keller Williams Hood Company, located here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We can help.
Hood Company, powered by Keller Williams, the #1 name in real estate.
And welcome back to the X-Sports Network, 22-15. Coffman with the serve and the lead here in this first set. As Abby Holloway will be serving once again. That's tipped up by, that was Curtis, who tipped it up and sent it into the bleachers. So Coffman 2 points away from taking this first set after a long back and forth, just trading points. Coffman finally having a big advantage. Up at the net is Lorelei Smith. Tried to be tipped over, and Emma Surt does tip it over eventually. Handled by Wu. Here comes Hayes. And she sends it over for another point, 24-15. Abby Holloway still serving, and that's going to end up being an ace and the winner for the first set. So Coffman wins the first set 25-15. We'll be heading to the second set here after a quick short break on the X-Sports Network.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air, when you need us, we'll be there.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle Hammock, General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, your Chevy GMC dealer in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. I'm from Marshall County, Tennessee, where I went to Cornersville High School. I attended Cumberland University. After Cumberland, I went into the United States Marine Corps to serve the country. After that, I went right back into the car business. I'm very familiar with the car business. I have been around the car business pretty much my entire life. And my commitment to you is to ensure the most competitive new and used vehicle pricing on the market, as well as the best service around. Well, we'll treat you like family here at Heritage Automotive in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Good Works at Home, formerly known as The Summit at Home, is a licensed, non-skilled agency dedicated to helping you maintain your independence at home for as long as possible. Our compassionate and caring staff provide support in various areas, including dressing, bathing, personal hygiene, transportation, cleaning, and companionship. Please call our office about services, payment options, and long-term care policies at 931-762-2310. We look forward to assisting you with keeping your independence longer.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to the X Sports Network alongside Hayden Burks. I am Taylor Plott going into the second set. Best of three. Coffman took the first set 25-15, and they're looking to take the second set and the win tonight, as it will be Columbia Academy serving it first. And it will be Everly Owens. But now we're having some questions. I heard the Columbia Academy head coach looks like they're going to have to move around. Move around some of their lineup. And it looks like we are good to go. And there's the whistle. And we're underway in this second set. Handled by Wu. There's Lorelei Smith. Sent over by Hayes. Columbia Academy sending it back over. And right up at the net, that was kind of seemed like maybe a miscommunication. And that one looked like it was getting close to going out of bounds, but Abby Holloway took care of that and also took care of the point. 1-1. As a diving attempt there by Truly George that saved the possible point for Columbia Central Academy, That was saved by Jovi Siegel. And then that was unable to be handled by George. And it falls for another point for Coffman, 2-1, as Elledge back there serving for the Lady Panthers. Diving attempt, that was Elledge and Holloway going at it. But neither one of them could come up with the play. I'll tie it back up at 2 apiece. So kind of starting the way that we started the first set, back and forth. As Curtis serving it for the Lady Bulldogs. Sent over by Smith. That was going to be too long. There's Curtis serving it once again. Actually gets an ace on that one. Falls right in front of Wu. And Wu handles that one, sends it over. And that was sent back behind the line by Evelyn Johnson. That'll make it 4-3, as we'll have Emma Jo Sims coming in and also Emily Moore. And Moore will be serving it for the Lady Panthers. And she sends it out of bounds. That'll be 5-3. And Moore comes out, and Lorelei Smith comes back in. Evelyn Johnson serving it for Columbia Academy. Here comes Emma Surratt. She sends it over and gets the point for Coffman. Bailey Nielsen, coming in for Coffman. She's up at the net. Sent over by Surratt. Tipped the top of the net, but falls down for an ace. Now tying things up at 5 apiece. Another tip right on the net. And that one saved by Columbia Central. Almost hit up at the speaker again on the Coffman side. Lorelei Smith handing that for Coffman, setting it up for Nielsen. Yes, no one until that point. Attempt by Emma Jo Sims leads to a point for Columbia Academy, 6-5. And that one, another miscommunication on the Coffman end on who was supposed to go after that one. 7-5 now in favor of the Lady Bulldogs. That one's going to go out of bounds. Truly George on the serve. As Hayes checks back in for Coffman, and we'll have Maddie Bird serving. Up at the net goes Hayes, and she sends it over, saved by Columbia Academy, and that one's going to be a tip over, hit the net, and a point. That was Jovi Siegel. 8-6. Diving attempt, holy cow. Saved by Columbia Academy. That was George on that one. That's up in the rafters. That's going to end up being a point for Coffman, I believe. Actually, no. Looks like he's just going to redo. So still 8-6. As Cohen sends it over, and that's going to be long. So that is a point for Coffman. Now it's 8-7. As Callie Wu checks back in and will serve. Lorelei Smith, and then that's sent over by Nielsen. Setting up for Nielsen again. Here's an attempt for Hayes. She tips it over. Diving attempt by George. And that one ends up falling for a point for Columbia Academy. Mayor Shirley. Make sure I'm saying that right. Yep. Mayor Shirley. Now serving it for the Lady Bulldogs. 9-7 in favor of them. Here's Nielsen sending it over. That's going to end up going long. 10-7. This matches I think this is the largest lead that Columbia Academy has had in this match. That one's going to go right, and for a point for Coffman. As Abby Holloway now serving it for the Lady Panthers, sends it over. Handled by Shirley. Here comes Lorelei Smith setting it up for Hayes, and Hayes has a mishit on it. Everly Owens serving it for the Lady Bulldogs. Hayes sends it over. Immediately sent back by the Bulldogs. Here's Surratt, and she finds a soft spot and gets a point for Coffman. 11-9 as Elledge comes back in, as she will serve. And Curtis ends up hitting the net on that one. One-point match. And Coffman won the first set 25-15, looking to win the second one and the match. And that one falls for an ace, tied up at 11 apiece now. Up in the net is Smith, set up for Maddie Bird, as she finds a good target to send it to. Miss hit by Evelyn Johnson. Diving attempt there by Shirley, but sends it into the net. Now a 2-point lead for Coffman. And barely sent over the net. That's a good play. And there's a double hit. Good tip over by Lorelei Smith. Now Coffman doing kind of what they did in that first set, started to pull away. They've got a 3-point lead now. Up in the rafters, also hit the speaker. That's going to be sent over by Shirley. Up at the net goes Surratt. She sends it hard, and Shirley couldn't respond to that. Another soft spot find for Elledge, another ace, and a timeout for Columbia Academy. We'll take it with them. 16-11 is your score in favor of Coffman. You're watching the X Sports Network.
You know, Storing Lee Furniture is not just some huge chain store, but we do have a 144,000 square foot showroom right here in Leoma, Tennessee.
The Story family has worked together in the business now for 55 years.
And a familiar face is here to help you with whatever you need. That's what being a part of the community right here in the Tennessee Valley means. And if you have an issue, we're right here to take care of it. And don't forget free delivery. We invite you to come see us. We're Storing Lee Furniture.
And welcome back to X Sports Network. 16-11 coming out of that timeout in favor of Coffman. Ellard still serving for the Lady Panthers. She had an ace on her last serve. Sends it over, and she'll have another one. That one sent over and handled by Maddie Bird. Tip up for her and tipped up at the net. Good recovery, though, on the Columbia Central side by Everly Owens. That one's going to go wide out of bounds. That's going to be a point for the Lady Bulldogs, 17-12. As Jovi Siegel comes back in. And Curtis serving again for the Lady Bulldogs. She sends it over, handled by Wu. That's tipped up in the back corner. Diving attempt, diving bodies. So good effort by Coffman, but that's going to fall for a point for Columbia Academy. As they try to make a comeback, that's back-to-back points for them. And that's going to go under the net, 18-13. As Emma Jo Sims will come back in, and she will replace Callie Wu. And Lorelei Smith serving it for Coffman. She sends it over. That goes just a tad long. So another point for Columbia Academy, 18-14. And Evelyn Johnson serving it as she sends it back. That's handled by Elledge. And sent over by Emma Jo Sims. Up at the net was George. And sent up for Surratt. Quick tip over, but that's going to work out still for Coffman as the sent over by George goes just a little too long. And Nielsen coming back in for the Lady Panthers. Surratt sends it right into the net. 19-15. Here's Smith sending it back over for Coffman up at the net. Here's Siegel. There's George sending it back over the net is Owens. That's going to end up finding a spot for another point for Coffman, 20-15, 5 points away from taking this second set and the match. As Macaria Hayes will be coming in. And Maddie Bird serving it, and that's going to go out of bounds just to the right of the line, 20-16. Here's Hayes tipping it over. That's covered by George. Sending it for Nielsen. And Nielsen gets a miss hit on the Bulldog side by Bo Curtis, or excuse me, that was Everly Owens. 21-16. And we'll have Callie Wu serving for the Lady Panthers. As Wu sends it over, that's quickly returned by George. Here comes Hayes. That one sent over by Shirley. Quick tip over by Smith, and that's going to be quickly returned by Shirley. That's going to fall for a point for the Bulldogs. As it will be Meyer Shirley who is serving it now for the Lady Bulldogs. 21-17 is your score. That one doesn't get over the net, 22-17. And now will be a Coffman serve, and it will be Abby Holloway. As she sends it over, just barely over the net. Handled by Wu. Here's Smith set up for Surratt. She sends it over for another point. 23-17. Holloway, that was going to go into the net, so miss hit on the serve there. 23-18. Serve goes back to Columbia Academy. Owens serving it. Barely hits the net. Maddie Bird tried to tip it up. Wu's going to have to send it over, and she does. Saved by Lorelei Smith. Hayes has to send it over, but she has a bad angle at it and sends it out of bounds, 23-19. Handled by Wu on the Coffman side. Quick tip over by Lorelei, and she gets it done. Point to Coffman, 1 point away from the match. And it will be Josie Elledge serving it for the Lady Panthers. And she sends it over. Up at the net is Johnson. Lorelei Smith setting it up for Surratt. She sends it over, but too far. 24-20. And it will be a Columbia Academy serve, and it will be, let's see who's serving it. It will be Curtis. So Bo Curtis serving it for the Lady Bulldogs. Holloway handles it first. Maddie Bird going to have to send it over. She does. And just a little too far at the net was Evelyn Johnson to send it over, and that's going to be the final for this ball game, 25-20 on that second set, and the Lady Panthers win it 2-0. And that will do it here on the X Sports Network for us tonight. So for Hayden Burks, I'm Taylor Plott. Thank you for joining us for another middle school action this evening. Have a good Monday.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.